there's this openness to the sound and depth that when they're combined, it makes for a really sensitive instrument. Hello and welcome to the Guitar Collection. Today I'm going to be making a review of this really beautiful Tobias Berg guitar from the year 2021. Now, before I talk more about this instrument, first I want to say a little bit about Tobias Berg, the luthier. He is a luthier based in Germany, born in Sweden, who has studied guitar making all over the world. He did a course in Canada and of course studied in Mittenwald, where so many great craftsmen and women come from, and also in the UK, and has really settled on his own design, which I would say, and also I think self-described by him, as being kind of immersed in the tradition of the guitar, but creating something of his own. And even on his website, which is really beautifully put together, he talks about his philosophy of guitar making, how he desires to create his own sound and not to just imitate the sound and design of others. And I think he's straddling the worlds of modern and tradition extremely well. This guitar has no synthetic materials, no carbon, no artificial glues. This has a 7 fan brace design on this cedar top, and the sides are doubled, like you'll see with many of the modern guitar makers of today, and perhaps coming from, for instance, the tradition of Daniel Friedrich. Now, what I think this guitar does extremely well is have this incredible depth to the sound while still preserving so much fundamental. For instance, I can play something on one string without muting the other strings. And keep in mind, some of these notes are triggering the other strings to ring, but they are not absolutely covering that fundamental. They're just supporting it. And I feel like it's very touchy as well, meaning it's sensitive to touch. And this depth of the bass, I mean, it's very exciting. It is the most open sound you can imagine. I hope you can hear this. It gives me the feeling I can very much control it. Really phenomenal. Hope you're enjoying this too, but normally I talk a little bit more about the specs of this guitar before getting into the sound, so I suppose I did a little bit. Like I said, it's a 7 fan bracing design. The sides are doubled. Right away when you look at the top of this guitar, I mean, it's very, very elegant. You have very simple colors in the rosette. You have this dark red and this tannish yellowish gold there, which I really gravitate towards those colors on a guitar. And then here on the purflings of the guitar, you can see a layer of red and a layer of that lighter, maybe it's like a maple or a spruce color that borders it. Very, very simple, nothing flashy happening on this guitar, and I love instruments that do that. You'll notice on this label, very simple, Tobias Berg, the year number 133. This is from the year 2021. And when I turn the guitar around, you'll notice it has this Indian rosewood back and sides. Beautiful condition, just very, very simple and elegant. And when it comes to the neck, the action is very low. It's very much C-shaped, very thin. This is my ideal neck. There is nothing that I could say about this to improve. For my personal taste, it's very, very simple, very nice. As far as the condition of the guitar, it's very nice. There's little nail touchdowns here and there on the top, as well as behind the bridge, little spots where the strings have touched down, but no string dings, no cracks, no repairs. Just some honest play wear, not even any big raschiato marks. Again, it's now 4 years old, very opened up and in quite nice condition. The headstock, I love it. The design of the headstock, it's not large. I don't really like so much headstocks that come so far away from these slots. Very simple design, although it doesn't look to be copied from anything. It looks to be his own design with very sharp corners that just works very, very well. And the tuners are also very elegant. You have these black base plates and black rollers, these ivory or like cream colored buttons, and then these brass colored gears. It's very nice. I think he picked really beautifully for this guitar. Now, I have to say, something that is so cool that comes with this guitar is this book right here. And this is something that I have not seen before. But what is so neat is he covers from start to finish the process of building this exact guitar. In fact, on this first page, you'll see it says number 133 from the year 2021. And you get to see everything from, I suppose, him thicknessing the tops here, choosing the back and sides, bending the sides, putting on the braces. There you can see the bracing design of this guitar. Isn't that awesome? I mean, the thing that I think is so cool about this is maybe you're buying this guitar for yourself and, you know, people around you hopefully love hearing you practice and play guitar. But when you go play for them something and you're telling them about that new guitar that you got, they kind of just see this thing, they see it as a guitar, you know. So when you have this on your coffee table, you say, hey, take a look. You can see this guitar being built. I just think it's one of the best things I've seen included with a guitar. Forget sound ports or sound port covers and stuff like that. This is really neat. And it blows me away. I mean, the thoughtfulness that goes behind making some of this, not just finishing the guitar and shipping it out, is just, it's very special. And, you know, towards the end of the book, I'm not going to flip through every page here, but towards the end of the book, you can see everything coming together. You know, the top finally, the box finally being closed and the fretboard being glued on all the way till the final stage here of it being French polished and finished. And it comes with a certificate and little letter from Tobias Berg as well. And I just thought, what a nice thing. And it's a testament to the thoughtfulness that is going into this guitar, not just with who is getting the guitar, but also in the sound. So when it comes to the sound, I don't want to talk too much more about this, and then maybe I can just play some more things here. But when it comes to the sound, like I said, the depth of this thing and the responsiveness is really something else. I mean, you feel like you can choose any volume you want to play. It has that kind of superpower to it. It inspires you to be very sensitive. Let's try a little bit of Prelude 11 by Tárrega. Yeah, when it comes to this part of the piece, I feel like I've achieved that crescendo so well without trying so hard, honestly. You know, I review a lot of guitars, And sometimes it takes me quite a long time to learn a guitar, to understand how to make it sound good. But something, even though I spend a lot of time playing double tops and lattice brace guitars, this being a totally traditional guitar, something comes so naturally to me about making this sound good and making and controlling the guitar well. On some guitars, you might have to try, okay, wait, this touch on this one note pops out too much, so maybe I have to come down on that one note. It's all subtle things that your hands adapt to and that your mind doesn't really pick up on. But when it comes out easier, you'll know the feeling. Wow, very nice. Let's listen to a little bit of the strings individually. There's just some very special areas of this guitar, and this is one of them. Didn't even mention the color on this guitar. I mean, listen to that variation. All nylon strings, by the way. The absolute breathtaking part of this guitar is just how the melodies sing and how much vibrato you can use. And also how you can make it turn on a dime. You know, some guitars really revel in this very sultry sound. This one, you absolutely can sound so gentle. And then turn around and get quite an aggressive sound, which you need in music, right? Really great sustain. Yeah, big fan of this guitar. Let's hear a little bit of Registro by Antonio Lauro. Wow, I have to play something else on here. Maybe a little bit of Gran Vals by Tárrega. Wow. Wow. Well, if you've been looking for one of the best traditional guitars from a living modern maker that's just putting so much thought into his craft, into his guitars, and into the art itself, then this just might be the guitar for you. Make sure you check it out at guitarcollection.com. Maybe you guys are sick of me saying this, but subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. There's also an email list that you can subscribe to on guitarcollection.com if you'd like to be notified about new instruments as they become available. Thanks so much for watching these videos, you all, and let me know what you think in the comments below about this guitar. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you pick up on it? Do the things that I say check out to you? I'd love to hear. Well, anyways, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.